Good morning. Today is Sunday, July 11th, 2021. Welcome to Column Hinge at Alpha Omega. We're located halfway between Death Valley and Las Vegas. Halfway between Joshua Tree.
And it was rediscovered in Egypt in 1769 by archaeologists. You are about to participate in an anthropological and archaeological reconstruction and revival experiment, reviving this ancient Christian ritual to its pristine original form, or as close to it as we possibly can. I'm Reverend David Griffin.
I'm Reverend Leslie McQuaid.
And this is the Lost Magic of Jesus Revival.
The sun is the dispenser of light to the earth. May the living light of the God Force inflame our souls with abundant life.
Our destiny lies amongst the stars, and to the stars humanity shall ascend.
Take a nice deep breath and feel into your body. Breathe deeply. Feel each breath as it moves through you. Follow each breath through your lungs and into your body. And as you are breathing deeply and feeling deeply into each and every part of yourself, visualize yourself as the tree of life, however it is you imagine that tree to be, and grow your branches up high into alpha sky. Drive your roots down deep into omega earth. I call on you in the east, alpha. I call on you in the west, omega. I call on you in the north, alpha. I call on you in the south, omega.
Alpha.
Et omega.
The beginning.
And the end.
And the path of the age between. Sunrise.
And sunset.
And the path of the sun between. Birth.
And death.
And the path of life between. Alpha.
Omega.
Once again, we gather here at Column Hinge in the hour of sunrise to celebrate the rites of the lost magic of Jesus. This morning, we open once again the 21st Treasury of Light. We begin by calling on the angels in the invisible. Os Eloes. Eloes. Azaies. Let the watchers withdraw, and let us enter into the 21st Treasury of Light. And there are 12 heads in my Father's treasury, and these are the names that are in the places when they sing praises to my Father, and He gives light power to them. Zohozai. Zohozai. To zazaksai. To zazaksai. Nao zae iai. Nao zae iai. Marazaz. Marazaz. Ozaez. Ozaez. Ozea ia. Ozea ia. Oza, oza. Oza, oza. Os hos oza. Os hos oza. Azaiaos. Azaiaos. Naia ozaze. Naia ozaze. Anes. Oza. Invoking each of the 12 mighty angels head in its proper place. And then at length we came into the place of the middle, the place of the center, called the midst, the place of the Father of the treasure of light. O Father of the 21st treasure of light, by your cipher and by your name, we invoke you. O Azi Ai. O Azi Ai. Let the divine light descend. It is the intention of this ritual and our fervent prayer to establish human liberty worldwide.
Establish human liberty worldwide.
Abolish slavery in all its forms.
Abolish slavery in all its forms.
Establish a pro-human future.
Establish a pro-human future.
Restore the purity of our air.
Restore the purity of our air.
Of our water.
Restore the purity of our water.
Of our food.
Restore the purity of our food.
And our medicines.
Restore the purity of our medicines.
All these things we ask in the name of the living Jesus. Amen.
Amen. So mote it be. Take a moment now to again feel into your body. This ancient magical rite we are doing together helps you experience more God Force energy within yourself. As you experience more God Force energy, you bring yourself closer to your greatest ideals. You know, it's a really funny thing. When I grew up in West Virginia, there's a very distinct accent. And one of the most interesting effects of this accent is that when many West Virginians say idea, they don't say idea, they say ideal. Every time. It's interesting. My grandmother was from England. She immigrated to the United States to work in the school systems of Appalachia to improve their English. My grandmother was a British English teacher. And it was very important to her that I spoke proper English. And so she impressed upon me the importance of knowing what I'm saying. And as I looked around at my fellow West Virginians, I realized that there were a lot of words that they were saying that were not the words that they thought they were saying. For example, one family said curve instead of curb. And I realized it was because their grandmother had a hearing impediment and actually could not tell the difference between curve and curb when she saw people's lips moving. And that brings me to a very interesting idea. An ideal, you see. That words shape our world. They shape our world in very, very, very significant ways. And that simple fact has been weaponized against you. Your good faith has been weaponized against you. Your belief in the power of the words and the definitions of those words. We're living in a time where people are trying very hard to confuse us. This is unrestricted warfare, and when people are fighting unrestricted warfare, they fight it on all fronts. And one of the fronts that they're fighting on is the English language. There is an active attempt to destroy the English language. Why? Because that is how we communicate with each other. And if we cannot effectively communicate, we cannot protect ourselves. We must be able to communicate clearly with each other in order to be as protected as we possibly can be. And that's why it's very important, no matter how good you are at English, to study more. No matter how well you speak, whatever your native language is, endeavor to speak it better. Because it is through language and the words that we use to communicate with each other that we communicate these big ideas of unrestricted warfare, of using language against you, of neuro-linguistic programming, and how the very words used in the order they used can compel you to action. In order to protect yourself, all you need is God Force energy. As you breathe in this energy, understand how God Force energy helps you speak better, helps you enunciate better, helps you choose the words with which to communicate with others better. So today, as you try and get your point across, remember, it will be easier after you turned your mind and taken in another deep breath of God Force.
Thank you, Leslie, for that beautiful and inspiring message. If you'd like to know more about the lost magic of Jesus, be sure to visit our website at alphaomega.church and download our ebook that gives you the beginnings of the lost magic of Jesus system. While you're there, be sure to drop by our prayer wall and leave your prayer with ours. And also, while you're there, we ask that you consider leaving a donation. We're an old-fashioned church, and we support this mission the old-fashioned way. We support our church the old-fashioned way through the support of our congregation. We don't ask for any government loans. We don't ask for any government handouts, no food pantries, none of that stuff, at least not that we're paid for. And our church does our best to provide as many services as we possibly can for you with that money. So thank you so much for coming out. We'll see you again tomorrow. And until then, as always, have faith and expect a miracle.
And until we have the pleasure of each other's company again, may the God Force run strong within you. And, as always, may your magics work better than expected.